Jim Bianchi. Thank you. All right, so welcome to Power Up. I am so excited, and I always am, to be here, and I am so honored to be your host. So thank you for being here. If you're watching online, I feel your presence, I feel your consciousness. Thank you for tuning in. If you are on Facebook, let me know who you are, where you are, and what's going on. I promise to get back to you. I just can't right now because I'm right here. So, I'm excited. Are you excited? You're a little excited. I'm going to try that again. So I'm excited. Are you excited? All right. We woke up. Okay, so this is going to be a good one, guys. So this evening is just packed with amazing women because, you know, we're all women. And Jim.
Thank you.
So we have this wonderful singer who I didn't get to hear in person because I was at convention with our president of the board, and Reverend Christian was there, and another practitioner was there, but I watched it online from Irvine when I was there. And when I was listening to her, I could feel it. Like, I could feel her presence. I could feel her energy. And I was like, I need her back. I need her back, and I want to hear all of it, like in real life. So I'm excited to hear her in person. I hope you are excited too. And I want to give her a warm welcome. So help me welcome Lauren Lee Martin.
Listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds, try to keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears, go ahead, release your fears, stand up and be counted, don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. Herald's what your mother said, read the books your father read, try to solve the puzzles in your own sweet time. Some may have more cash than you, others take a different view. My, oh my, hey, hey, hey. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. Time asks no questions, it goes on without you, leaving you behind if you can't stand the pace. World keeps on spinning, can't stop it if you try to. The best part is danger staring you straight in the face. Ooh. Remember, listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds, try to keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cost you tears, go ahead, release your fears. My, oh my, hey, hey, hey. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. All I know, love will save the day. All I know, love will save the day.
All right, beautiful.
Yeah, you gotta be wiser. I like that. All right, so I told you she was good, right? You do feel like hot? Yeah, that's spirit. I feel it. I'm excited. So this is the portion in Power Up where we have a practitioner come up here and really set the stage, really set the intention for us. And today we have the director of our education department here with us on this stage. So please help me give her a warm welcome to Ms. Deb Sadler.
Good evening. I'd like to invite you to shut your eyes if you care to, as I just recognize that there's only one creative power that lives, moves, and has its being in all that there is, and that this universal intelligence is what makes the universe. It's what moves through humanity is our intelligence. It is all the same divine intelligence moving through all life. And this intelligence provides the wisdom and the knowledge that is infinite, that is eternal, that is always present, that we are loved, that we are joy-filled. And I am one with this beautiful energy that is spirit, that is joy, that is ease and grace, and provides the knowledge that helps us move through our days. And I know that this is a wonderful evening tonight, that the divine spirit moves through each one of us as an individualized expression, here to hear a beautiful message, to be in that community, the one mind of expanded consciousness, knowing that our hearts are opened, and that we each receive a message that is specific to us, and that Kat is this dynamic download for spirit, that she is here to share what she knows about communication and to be that download to enter new areas of expression for her. And so I'm so grateful for each person here who is a part of this divine consciousness, who is a part of this melding together of the exploration of wisdom in communication. And so I release my word into the activity of the law, knowing that it is all done. And together we're going to say, and so it is. And so it is my opportunity and my joy to ask you again to go back into that space of stillness and to consider that tonight's talk is about the wisdom of communication, and to decide or allow spirit to open your heart and your mind, to allow spirit to give you a little tingle of what it is that your intention is. So we're just going to go into the stillness and allow this information to come to us. So I would like to see if there are any volunteers out there to share any intentions that they might have received while they were in the stillness. Yes. Thank you. Love. You can just shout them out. Thank you. Purpose. Thank you. Community. Compassion. Thank you. Oh, peace of mind. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Jeff. Ooh, Edwin, thanks. Can you say that again? Thank you. Free your voice. Wow, that's powerful. Lovely, thank you. Beautiful. Wow, thank you. Reciprocity. Inspiration. Yes. Anything? Wow. I can feel the connection of that one mind. Thank you so much. I think that now we're ready for Kat.
So, for all the intentions in this room that have been said, and for all that have not been said, and for the intentions that are out there, for those of you who are watching together, we say, and so it is. Thank you, Deb. She's so wonderful. Can we give her a round of applause, please? Okay, so my name is Katherine Cespedes, as per the name that my mother gave me. I am Kat here, and I run around and I play as Kat at Seaside. And this is my first talk, okay? So I'm gonna need some response to know that you're there, because I'm a little nervous. You can't tell, but I am. So if I ask you to, clap or whatever, just play with me a little bit, okay? Yeah? Can we just say that you're gonna do that? Perfect. So this month, we are talking about wisdom here at Power Up. And so any speaker that comes in April, they'll be talking about wisdom. So I was thinking about, okay, so what am I going to tell them? What about wisdom? And I know at first sight what that might look like or may not look like. Here are some fears that I had, right? I was like, I'm too young. I can't talk about that. Let me wait until next month when it's something easier. It's true story. It's true story. And then I realized that that's not how you can't pick and choose, right? You can't really do that all the time. There was this space available, and Spirit said, take it. And I was like, why? Let me just wait when it's easier. Take it. Okay. You know what? Fine, Spirit. I will take it. I will take this spot. So as I was looking at it, I was looking at, what does wisdom mean? And how can I tell you guys any more? So I looked it up, and wisdom is the soundness of an action or decision with regard to the application of experience, knowledge, and good judgment. So that made sense. And just to give you a little background, I am the communication strategist here at Seaside. So what that means, if you don't know, if you need a little clarification, it means that I run the website, I do the Facebook, I handle the Instagram, Twitter, anything that has to do with social media, I am there and I am doing it. Anything that has to do with marketing, I am there and I am doing it. So most of the posters that are out there, I have in some way, shape, or form touched it. And it's really my job to let people know who we are, what we are, and where we are. And it's a fun job. It's a really, really fun job. I get to express myself in so many different ways. I get to create every single day. I get to work with different people every day. And I wasn't always here, right? So I just got here. I just moved here. So if you didn't know, I moved here from the Bronx 2 years ago. And it wasn't always like that. So it wasn't always like, hey, follow Spirit. So I've had some tug of war with that. And that's what I'm here to talk about. And I decided to talk to you guys about communication. Communication is the successful conveying or sharing of ideas and feelings. So the wisdom of communication. And I thought about, how did I get here? How did I, Katherine Cespedes, end up here? And so I'm going to go through a little story with you guys. So first, we have to figure out who we are. In order for me to tell you about wisdom, I need to know about it. In order to tell you about wisdom, I need to have experienced it. Because I can't tell you anything that I haven't lived. I can't tell you anything that I don't believe in. Because I'm here with the podcast and with anything I do on Facebook or social media, it has to be real. It has to mean something to me. And also, there is an inner dialogue. What does that inner dialogue look like? And thirdly, who are people who have mastered this? So this is what we're going to talk about tonight. So when I first got here from the Bronx, I remember sitting, right? So I was sitting on my couch. I had a coming to God, and I was crying. I was crying so profusely I couldn't breathe. And I remember sitting there, and I remember confessing all my sins. I remember telling myself, telling God everything that I've lived and everything that I have experienced and everything that I was doing, because I was here in California and I had no job. I had no car. I had nothing. So I was like, what am I doing? I know that I should be here, but what am I doing? So go to church. Find a community. Okay? And like I said, I had no car. So I did have a bike, And her name is Machakabula. I still have her. I don't use her as often because now I have Katniss Everdeen, my car. So I remember going online and looking to find the nearest non-denominational church, and I found one. So I took Machakabula, my bike. I was living downtown at the time, and I just pedaled. And I remember pedaling up, I don't know if you guys ever been through Pershing Freeway. I was pedaling up that freeway, right? And I remember thinking, God is gonna be so proud of me. I'm doing so much work. I was sweating. It was like August. And I was thinking, God is gonna forgive me for my sins now. I'm doing enough that God is gonna forgive me. And I'm pedaling and I'm pedaling and I'm pedaling and I get there and I'm sweating. I get there and there is no AC. And the only seat was like in the middle of people, right? So I had to like awkwardly make my way in and sit down. And I remember thinking, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right. So I took my bike, and the next Sunday, pedaling, found another church. Didn't feel right. Next Sunday, pedaling, finally found the church that felt right for me. So I started going, and I was there. I was there every Sunday. It took me an hour to get there and an hour back, but I didn't care because God was going to forgive me, and God was giving me all these brownie points, and I was in good shape. So I remember going, and I remember sitting there and hearing this argument within myself, because all of a sudden I was sitting in this church and I was being told that there were things that I was doing that were not right. Me going to yoga and me bowing, that's not right. So there was another tug of war, because I was like, oh my goodness, I'm a yoga teacher and I can't go to yoga. So I had this inner conflict with myself because I'm thinking, what am I supposed to be doing? I'm a yoga instructor, and I want to make it here in California as a yoga instructor, and this is going to be really hard. And it really comes to knowing who you are, right? Because this is what I was struggling with at the time. And this quote by Confucius really got to me while I was preparing my talk, and it reads, I want you to be everything that is you, deep at the center of your being. And I thought, there's this tug of war. What am I going to do? I know who I am, but I'm going to church, and God is forgiving me, and I got all these brownie points. So what am I going to do now? As you become more clear about who you really are, you'll be better able to decide what is best for you. So as I was going to church, little by little, I was becoming more clear about who I was. And I remember sitting there and thinking, I'm going to take this part, and I'm going to take this part. The rest you can keep because this works for me. Oh, and this one. The rest of it doesn't work. It creates a tug of war in me, and it makes me confused. Now, how many of us have been there before? How many of us have felt confused? I might be the only one. It might be just a story that is about me. And what's so beautiful is that this world is just filled with music and quotes that talk about how we need to free ourselves, but it's not about freeing ourselves physically. It's about freeing our minds. Freeing ourselves from thinking this is what you should be. This is how you should think. These are the thoughts that belong to you, and no other thoughts can come through. So, Buddha says, no one saves us but ourselves. No one can, and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. We ourselves must walk the path. So I had to get clear. I had to get real clear on who I was, and now I'm like, okay, I'm a yoga teacher. So I picked and choose, and this is what works for me. I'm going to keep going to church, but this is what works for me. Moving forward, I end up I ended up getting a car, guys, so the story gets better. I ended up getting a car, and the way that this happened was because I finally sat there and I was very clear with what I wanted. I love that I have a bike. I'm able to go anywhere. And my mentality when I got here was I have 2 legs, I can make it anywhere. Anywhere. As long as I can stand up, I can make it. And even if I couldn't, if these arms are working, I can make it. And if I could roll, I can make it. I can make it. So I was very clear on what I needed next. So back in New York, for some time, as soon as I graduated, I was a paralegal. And it was nice and it was fun, but it was, again, that tug of war was happening, so I became a yoga instructor. And so when I came here, I was able to find a job, and I was a paralegal, but I was like, this is what I came here for. If that was the case, I should have stayed in New York. So I ended up getting this job where I was literally, my friends don't know this, you're about to find this out right now. I was giving out Obama phones, right, at the 99-cent store. I was really good at it, by the way. So I would give out these phones, and there was this one moment where I was just fed up. It was just way too much happening, and I remember closing the door in this bathroom. Where was it? It was in Escondido. I remember being in the bathroom and locking the door and crying, and at this moment, I prayed. In this moment, my communication with God was no longer me sitting there begging and asking for things to be changed. At this moment, I said, if God could be in this nasty bathroom, there's got to be something else. There's got to be something else. So I'm standing in this bathroom, and I'm thinking, like I cried, I just cried, but it wasn't me crying because I was afraid. It was me crying because I was overjoyed. I was like, wow, how is it that anywhere that I go, you are there? Even in this bathroom right now. Anywhere I go. So the communication changed between God and I. I was no longer begging. I was no longer angry. I was no longer telling God that this is how things must go. I said, let me know if I should leave. So I walk out. And the song that was playing at the 99-cent store was I don't remember the words, but I remember hearing, maybe it's selective hearing, get out, right? So I was like, I'm out. I packed my stuff. I grabbed my things. I was like, I'm out. God says so. Thank you very much. And Ernest Holmes says this. I believe in the direct communication between the spirit and the individual, the universal spirit personifying itself through each and all. This is a beautiful, logical, and unavoidable conclusion. And this comes from Can We Talk to God, Ernest Holmes, page 102. And I remember thinking that, yes, that works for me. That works for me. That I can communicate with God in that way. No longer is it I will talk to God when I'm in fear and only when I'm in fear. I started talking to God just because after that day in the bathroom. Because I was like, if I'm going to call you down into this bathroom, I'm just going to talk to you every day. And I remember asking directly, I said, God, you know what I want to do? I want to work in a spiritual space. I want to work with light workers. I want to be in a space that allows me to be creative and express myself, and I want it to be fun, and I want it to be just something novel. Something that will really allow myself to express myself with no boundaries. And it'd be really cool if I said I found this job first, but I didn't. I worked at a chiropractic place, and that led me here because on my marketing there, I ended up walking into the doors of Seaside, and Reverend Christian came out, who was in meditation at the time, and I was like, it's okay, I'll wait for him to come. He comes out, and he was like, who's this? And I ran up to him, and I was like, Reverend Christian, and I gave him a hug. And he was like, wait, he was confused, who are you? And it didn't matter to me. It didn't matter to me because I had been talking to God this whole time, and I said, God, you're going to put me in the right place at the right time. And that's okay. And I'm going to trust, and I'm going to believe. So Ephesians 3:20-21 says, Now to him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that works in us. To him be glory in the church by Christ Jesus to all generations forever and ever. Amen. So what I'm showing you here is that it's the same motif in every religion, in every book. It is there. The truth is that God doesn't live outside of us. God lives within us. And through these conversations, I was able to tell God and have this conversation with God and discuss with God what I wanted. And so God was able to provide what would work for me. Because we have this idea of this is what I want and this is how I'm going to get it. And then God is just like, but there's so many other ways you can get it. Are you sure? You know? I can get that for you. You can totally have it. It's yours. Do you need to have it in that way? Because when I was offered the job, I declined. And then I remember sitting in my car thinking, life's got to be easier. And then Reverend Christian's face came into mind. Mind you, I had only met the man maybe once in my life. And I said, if that job is open, a month later, I will take it. So when I reached out to Reverend Christian and I sent him my resume, I came in for a tour. And I became the communication strategist here at Seaside Center for Spiritual Living. I believe the relationship between God and the individual is a direct one, and that the avenue through which the Spirit expresses itself to us is through our minds. Our ability to think, to know, and to act are direct channels through which the universal Spirit flows. This is Ernest Holm, Can We Talk to God, page 102. So what I am telling you is that there is this understanding of ourselves that we need to come to. An understanding of who you are, what resonates for you, what works for you, what is it that you want because you want it, not because your so-and-so will be happy, not to please someone else. What do you want? What works for you? And through that, we can have this very pure conversation with God and tell God our deepest desires, what we are longing for. Because God is always there. God is always listening, whether it's on a bike on Pershing Freeway or in a bathroom at a 99-cent store, or in a beautiful space such as Seaside, where you feel God the moment you walk in. Because there is this consciousness between all of us that that's the truth. And the individuals who have mastered the art of communication, Buddha, Confucius, Ernest Holmes, Reverend Christian Sorensen, Tony Robbins, Oprah, these are individuals who have mastered the wisdom of communication. So with all that being said, I couldn't be more proud to tell my story to individuals who know and understand. This has been such a beautiful platform for me to have gone through the struggles, smile through the struggles, and stand here and tell you that I'm okay. And what's so beautiful is that every single one of us are going through that right now. And so in order to communicate effectively, we first need to know who we are. Because just like we need to know who we are to talk to God, we need to know who we are and where we're coming from before we talk to others, before we go and communicate what we want to say and how we feel to others. Because I cannot communicate to you what I do not know myself. So before going to anyone, before spreading out your thoughts and your ideas, first come to understand yourself and where you're coming from. Because I promise you, it'll be so much easier to communicate with your wife, with your husband, with your boyfriend, girlfriend, cousin, mother, daughter, son, if you yourself know and understand, A, where it's coming from, and B, what you're trying to say. So this is what I do, not only on a personal level, I also have to do it on a bigger scale. But I'm in a space that has allowed me to understand how I've come here. And with all that being said, I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to me. Thank you. But wait a minute, the party's not over yet. We have another song by Lauren Lee Martin and Jim Bianchi, so give them a round of applause.
Inside my head there lives a dream that I want to see in the sun. Behind my eyes there is a me that I've been hiding for much too long. Cause I've been too afraid to let it show. Cause I'm scared of the judgment that may follow. Always putting off my living for tomorrow. It's time to step out on faith. I gotta show my face. It's been elusive for so long. Freedom is mine today. Gotta step out on faith. It's time to show my face. Procrastination had me down. Look what I have found. I found strength, courage, and wisdom. It's been inside of me all along. Strength, courage, and wisdom. It's been inside of me. Yeah. Behind my pride there lives in me that knows humility. Inside my voice there's a soul, and in my soul there is a voice. But I've been too afraid to make a change, cause I'm scared of the things that I might be missing. Running too fast to stop to listen. It's time to step out on faith. I gotta show my face. It's been elusive for too long. Freedom is mine today. Gotta step out on faith. I gotta show my face. It's been missing for too long. Freedom is mine today. Close my eyes and think of all the things that I wanna see. Cause I know now that I've opened up my eyes, I know anything I want can be. Oh, let it be. Yeah. So let it be. Yeah. Yeah. So let it be.
Let it be.
Yeah.
Let it be.
Gotta let it be. Yeah. Come on. Strength, courage, and wisdom. It's been inside of me all along. Hey. Strength, courage, and wisdom. It's been inside of me for so long. No, yeah. I got strength, courage, and wisdom.
Right on. That was so right on. Yeah.
Didn't they do a wonderful job with picking the songs? I didn't tell them to do those, by the way. They did it all by themselves. So thank you, Jim, and thank you, Lauren.
Beautiful.
Woo! Alrighty. So, like I said, the party's not over. Everyone has a program, yes? Yes. Okay, so pull out your programs. There is a blue insert in there. I'm gonna have the ushers come forward with pencils. If you need a pencil, we're gonna do a little activity. Raise your hand, and they will give you one. All right, so here is what we're going to do. Throughout this talk, I have talked about people who have mastered the art of communication. And got pencils. Oh, if you're at home, take out a pen and pencil. No, wait, paper and pencil. Highlighter, whatever makes you happy. You're home. Okay. So I'm going to give you a couple of seconds. I'm going to show you how to do this exercise. If you want, you could take this home and do this every night if you want to. It's up to you. We don't give you homework here at Power Up. We just give you, activities. All right. So I want you to think of someone that you know has mastered the art of communication and write it down. So you're going to write it down at the very, very top. I picked Oprah. I was going to pick Reverend Christian, but I thought he was coming, and I was like, I don't know what to do. So I was like, let me play it safe. On the backside, there's lines, right? So you're going to write on the back. And I picked Oprah. So you write the name at the very, very top. Oprah is my girl. Yes. And now I want you to think of skills and qualities that you recognize in that person and write them down. So I'm going to give you a minute for that. Can you noodle, please? Me too. So we're going to start wrapping that up now. I see a lot of faces, so I'm guessing most of you are done. Can I get a nod? Or verbal. Verbal's actually better. Yeah, we're done? Okay. So I have my example here. So Oprah, she's a great speaker. She's intuitive. She's independent. She's receptive to new ideas and concepts. She's great at research. She's professional. She's eloquent. Did yours look just about that? Like you picked out the skills? Yes, thank you. Okay. Now what I want you to do, the name on the very, very top, whoever you picked, you're going to cross it out. Yep. And I want you to write your name. So now it will read your name at the very, very first top line on the notes, and then the skills and qualities underneath it. Yeah? Yeah, you guys got excited and didn't even do anything. All right, so for this week, I want you to take that into the world. These are qualities they're yours. They're yours already. So for me, I'm a great speaker. I'm intuitive. I'm independent. And everything else that's written up there for Oprah is mine. These are skills that I can take on. Do you think that you can take on the skills that you wrote down on that paper? Yes. Did it feel different when you scratched it out and you wrote down your name? Yes. All right. So then we've done our job here at Power Up. Everything is over now. I'm just playing. Don't leave. Don't go anywhere. We're not done. So that was the time that I used for our Q&A, but we have a couple minutes left. If there's anything you guys want to say or add to this evening, let me know. Going once. Going twice. All right. Can you guys edit that part out? Thanks. So our call to action. Those skills and those qualities that you wrote down. That is you. That is who you embody. That is how you will communicate in the world now. My example was eloquent. I am eloquent when I walk out into the world. I am independent and I am intuitive when I walk into the world. When I'm communicating, people know that I am receptive and I can hear what they're saying. Those same qualities you wrote down on that paper that belong to whoever you were trying to attribute them to are now attributed to you. I have a video for you. So, so that video was to show you the expansion, the greatness that lives beyond us. So those words that you wrote down don't seem so threatening anymore. Because if God can create the galaxies, the oceans, the universe, then you can attribute those qualities to yourself. So I want you to rub your hands. Take a deep breath, inhale, and exhale. Whatever qualities you wrote on that piece of paper, I want you to run them through in your mind. Keep your hands together with your eyes closed. We're going to go into a quick meditation. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Take a deep breath, inhale. And exhale. I want you to, with your eyes closed, open your hands like a book. Gently open your eyes and look at your hands. These are the hands of the qualities you wrote down. They're already in you. It's already done. Take a deep breath and exhale. With that, I will go into prayer. I chose a prayer from Ernest Holmes, and I wanted to share it with you. I am conscious that the life and the intelligence within me is some part of the universal spirit. Therefore, I know that my mind is one with the infinite mind. Being one with the infinite mind, it is continuously guided and directed in all my actions, and all my actions are controlled by the spirit within me. I know exactly what to do in every situation. Every idea necessary to successful living is brought to my attention. The doorway to every increasing opportunity for self-expression is ever open before me. I am continuously meeting new and larger experiences. Every day brings some greater good. Every day brings more blessings and greater self-expression. I am prospered in everything that I do. An abundance of good is mine today. There is that within me which understands the truth, which completely accepts it, which remembers freedom, expresses freedom, and anticipates freedom. There is that within me which is completely conscious of its unity with good, of its oneness with all the power there is, all the presence there is, and all the life there is. Upon this power, presence, and life, I depend with complete certainty. I have absolute inner assurance that divine intelligence guides me in everything that I do. I know there is an inner presence in everyone and everything. I know that this presence responds to me. I know that everyone is an incarnation of God, that the living spirit breathes through all. I realize that everything is alive, awake, and aware with spirit. I recognize this spirit, and it responds to me. The spirit within me reaches out and communes with the spirit in everyone and everything I contact. It is the same spirit in all, over all, and through all. And so it is. Woo! How y'all feeling? Good. All right. Jenny, if we can get the house lights. So at this time, I would like to have Deb Sadler come up on stage for me so that we could give thanks to this space. If it weren't for the graciousness of Reverend Christian, we wouldn't be able to have this Power Up. I wouldn't have this opportunity. I wouldn't be able to engage with you this evening. Power Up is an exciting event and evening for me this Wednesday and every Wednesday. So we give knowing and believing in the law of circulation, knowing that what I give out will come back. And that's not why we do it, it's how we do it. So we're going to do a quick blessing. I will get you a mic, but I don't have one.
I have a mic. Just knowing that the gifts that we give are gifts that came to us from Spirit, that God is our source, God is our joy, God is our love. And as we give to this particular community of love and joy and the expansion of consciousness, so too we do experience that same connection to that one mind, and that we feel that expanding joy and happiness as we know that we are a part of this beautiful community. And so I just give thanks for the gifts that flow through this evening and the gifts that flow through to each person for being here, and that the Spirit that is infinite is always with us, always providing, always guiding, always guarding. Thank you.
So we bring our gifts to our heart. If you're watching online, you can go straight to seasidecenter.org, press the big orange button on the top right corner, and go ahead and give your contributions there. And together we will say, this gift I give is God in action. I give it in joy. I give it in love. I give it in gratitude for all the good in my life. And so it is.
This gift I give,
I drink both waters.
God in action. I give it in joy. I give it in love. I give it in gratitude for all the good in my life. And so it is. Thank
Woo!
you. Yeah. Thank you.
I'll probably tell this story forever, but one day Jim was like, can I make that affirmation into a song? And I was like, yes, do it, go for it. And he did, he really did it. So I want to thank you, Jim, for bringing your creativity, for bringing your talent here to Wednesday night and being here every Wednesday. Thank you, Jim, and give him a round of applause.
Thank you. And thank you for being here. Yeah.
Next, I want to thank you for coming out here and supporting Wednesday night. You are the reason why we have Wednesday night. You are the most important piece to Power Up service. And I want to thank Ed Reeves, who has been, I had that man sweating up there. So thank you so much for being here every Wednesday, for sharing your love and your light with us. And we have Tim. Tim is here every Wednesday, every Sunday. He is just, wow, Tim. Thank you so much for being here and putting everything together for us. And we have Gregory, who is behind the camera. Thank you so much. It is because of you that they can see us online. And we have Rebecca Berry, who has been holding the space and holding the light for us this evening. Thank you, Rebecca. We have Lauren Lee Martin, who came up here with all her beautiful voice and grace. So thank you, Lauren, for saying yes and for being here with us. And then we have the amazing and the wonderful Deb Sadler. Thank you so much for being the practitioner for us and helping us this evening. And Tracy. Thank you, Tracy. If it weren't for you, we would have no PowerPoints. We would have no Power Up. I don't know what I would do without you. So thank you, Tracy, for being here. And thank you, John, for your continuous support. John is my producer, and he is my friend, and he is just amazing. So thank you, John, for being here and for helping. And I want you guys to get really loud for this one, like super duper loud, okay? I want to thank the most important human beings for me this evening. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming. Thank you for getting in your cars and being here. And I want you to get really, really loud. And if you're watching online, I want you to be clapping over there too. I will call you and I will ask you if you did it. So go ahead and make some noise for yourself. I know we did it already, but I want to hear it this time. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. And how about for Kat?
Oh, yes.
All right, we'll
Thank you. Thank you. So, volunteers, we have flyers out here. We would like for Wednesday night to continue and to prosper. So take some flyers. And I've done this bit before, but some of you weren't here, so I'm going to do it again. If you go to a coffee shop, go ahead and take some flyers. If you, does anyone get haircuts? Raise your hand if you get haircuts. Yeah? Take some flyers. Does anybody eat donuts here? Raise your hand. Oh, we're all very health conscious. Is anybody vegetarian here? Vegetarian? Vegans? Does anybody eat food?
Woo!
Take some flyers. We are looking for volunteers, so if you want to help Ed Reeves so that he can train you, so that you can help us with social media marketing, come and see Tracy. You can always help from home by liking and sharing our Facebook posts, our Facebook anything, Instagram, YouTube. We are there, Seaside Center for Spiritual Living. I want to thank you all for coming out here. Thank you for sharing your consciousness. Thank you for watching, and for our congregational song, go ahead and stand up. we're going to have Lauren Lee sing us out. We will be in the family room at the end.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think God was the sun, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth or the stars or all of creation. God is creator, all in all, needing us to shine His light. And here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. All I'm saying is, command my hands. What must they do? Command my life. It's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new, and God needs us to shine its light as we, as you so use me. Oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. And God needs us to shine its light, and God needs us to shine its light, and God needs us to shine its light as we, as you so use me. Oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
Thank you very much, everybody. We'll be in the family room. There are cookies and tea, so stick around so you guys can talk to us. Thank you. Have a good night.
We are powered. We are powered up. We are ready. We have the power to be the change that we seek in the world today, 'cause we are powered. We are powered up. We are powered. We are powered up. We are powered up. We are powered up. We are powered up. job. Great night. Gotta Be was the perfect start, and that India RE was really right on. Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, and at the end I was like, we should do one more strength, courage, and wisdom. Like, how do I get that to you? But no, it was great. Yay, yay, yay. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. So let's go hang out, and then we'll hit the road.